In this lesson, we're going to talk about zero and negative exponents. Before we start the lesson, let's just solve these simple questions. So now we know this exponents. We know how to expand this exponents. So negative 2 to the third power means you multiply negative 2 how many times? 3 times. So it's called exponent. So A is the base. A is the base and B is the exponent. So you multiply base, the base is A. So you multiply this base. How many times you multiply this base? B times. So the total, you multiply them B times. You multiply A's B times. So you multiply negative 2 how many times? 3 times. So what is negative 2 times negative 2? Positive 4. Positive 4 times by negative 2, negative 8. And what's the base? This is a base, and this is the exponent. So you multiply 5 how many times? You multiply 5 twice. So it's going to be 25. This is expanding exponents. And what's the base? 3. And what's the exponents? 4. So you multiply 3 how many times? 4 times. So it's going to be 81. We're going to talk about zero and negative exponents property today. And we just start with this example first. So I'm going to go with 2 to the first power. 2 to the first power, you just multiply 2 just once, so it's just 2. Okay, so what about 2 to the second power? 2 to the second power, that's 4. Okay, this is better. 4 and 2, 2. What about 2 to the third power? So 2 to the first power, 2, 2 to the second power, 4, 2 to the third power, 8. You just keep multiplying by 2. Multiply by 2, multiply by 2, right? So now it's going to be 16. All right. So you guys find a pattern. So when you go up, when the exponents are increased by 1, when the exponents is increased by 1, then you just multiply by 2, multiply by 2, and multiply by 2. What about when it's going down? When it's going down, so it's going down 4 to 3, what did you do? You divide it by 2, right? And what about when you go down to 2 from 3, so 2 to the third, 2 to the second, what do? You divide it by 2 to get 4, right? 8 divided by 2 is 4. So let's just do one more time. 2 to the second power. So if you look at the exponents, 2 to 1, it's increased by 1. But what about 4 to 2? You divide it by 2. So now you just find a pattern, like when the exponents are going down by 1, 1, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, then you just keep dividing by 2. 2 divided by 2, divided by 2, and divided by 2. What about like 1 to 0? We still use the same pattern. So what are you going to do is you're going to divide it by 2. So what's 2 divided by 2? 2 divided by 2 is 1, right? So 2 to the 0 power, it doesn't look like 1, but based on the pattern, you just found 2 to the 0 power is 1. Okay, I really want you to remember this. Okay, and what about 2 to negative 1? 2 to negative 1, some people say, oh, it's going to be negative 2, which is not true. It's not a negative number because we're going to keep the pattern. We're going to keep following the pattern. So divided by 2, same pattern. So what is 1 divided by 2? Isn't it 1 over 2? 1 over 2, right? So you see that 2 to the negative first power, it's not negative number. It's not negative number. It is 1 over 2. What about, let's just keep going. It's still decreasing by 1. Negative 1 to negative 2, if you look at the number line, the numbers are going to the left, which means number is decreasing by 1. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. Divide it by 2. So what is 1/2 divided by 2? 1/2 divided by 2. You're going to do keep change flip. 1/2. Change it to multiplication. And you're going to keep change flip. You're going to flip 2 over 1 to 1 over 2. So 1 over 2 times 1 over 2, it's going to be 1 over 4. So 2 to the negative second power is not negative 4. No, it's not. It's not a negative number. This negative doesn't do anything for the sign of the number. So it's going to be 1 over 4. So we're going to just, keep stick to this pattern. So what the conclusion is, so 0 as an exponent. Every time you see 0 on exponent, so 8 to the 0 power is always 1. Because if you just change the base and then do the same, table, then you're going to see every time anything to the 0 power is going to be 1 based on this pattern. Because 3 to the first power, 3. If you divide it by 3, then it's going to be 1. So 4 to the 0 power, 1. Negative 3 to the 0 power, 1. Any number to the 0 power is always 1. And for negative exponents, for every non-zero number a, an integer, so if you have like 2 to the negative second power or 2 to the negative first power, this negative means it tells you that you flip the number. So you always say, oh, if you have negative, then you have to say 1 over, because you have to flip the rest of them. So a to the nth power, you're going to flip this. You're going to flip a to the nth. You're going to flip a to the nth when you have negative in the exponents, okay? So this negative means, oh, I need to flip it, and you just put the rest of them on the denominator. So we have negative in the exponents, right? Negative here, which means you're going to flip it, so 1 over, and you're going to write the rest of them. You're going to write 7 to the third power, 7 to the third power. So it's going to be 1 over 7 times 7 times and 7. If you multiply, you will get the answer. What about negative 5 to the negative second power? So we do have negative in the exponent, so don't panic. This negative in the exponent means you flip it, 1 over. You start from this, right? So now we have, what's the leftover? Negative 5 and to the second power. So what are you going to do is you're going to just keep negative 5. Let me just change the color. Negative 5 to the what power? Second power. Let's practice more with another examples. So what's a simplified form? So now we have negative in the exponent, which means flip, right? And now what's the leftover? We have 9 and second power. So you're going to just put 9 and second power, which is 1 over 81. So 1 over 81 is actually 9. It is 9 to the negative second power. This is not negative 9 squared. No, it's not. It's not a negative number. As you see, it is a positive number, positive 1 over 81. It's quite a small number. So now what about 11? So now we also see negative here. So I'm going to flip it. And negative 5 and squared. Oh, I think we went over this example already. Negative 5 squared. So it's going to be negative 1 over negative 5 times by negative 5, which is 1 over 25. And now we also see negative in the exponent. So it's not a negative number. You're going to flip 1 over. And then you're going to put the rest, the leftover, 2 to the 6 at the bottom. So if you multiply 2 6 times, then you will get 1 over 64. And 1 over, it's already 1 over, so you just keep it. And what is a 2 to the 0 power? Anything to the 0 power was 1, so the answer is 1. And the last one, we have negative in the exponent, so it's going to be 1 over, and then you just put the leftovers, and you will get this answer.